Imagine seeing a student hitting his teacher, and everyone around is laughing and recording. But what no one knows is that this teacher was once a secret boxing champion. Before we dive into the story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything new. Let's go. The school bully does the unthinkable. With a smirk, he pulls the student teacher into his arms, twirling a strand of her hair before biting it lightly between his teeth. Leaning close, he whispers something vile into her ear, something that makes her face flush with rage. Furious, she tries to break free, but he yanks her back down as his gang cheers, filming the scene and twisting the truth, claiming she sat on his lap. Only in South Korea, where power shields corruption, could a monster like this exist. Sugong, the bully, rules the school with his family's wealth, a conglomerate empire that owns everything, even the teacher's silence. He orders his goons to beat classmates unconscious, slaps them awake, and repeats the torture, broadcasting it through the school intercom so the whole building trembles at his voice. But his cruelty doesn't stop there. Outside the gate, he spots an old woman selling kimbap, calls her embarrassing, throws her food to the ground and crushes cigarettes into it, then forces her to eat. When her grandson begs for mercy, Sugong's gang beats him until he's unrecognizable, then makes him kneel and eat the soiled rice rolls, toss spoiled food, and beaten no matter what he does. Everyone pities him, but no one dares speak. Until she arrives, the new student teacher, Seaman. Graceful and gentle on the outside, but secretly an undefeated underground boxing champion. After being banned for fighting to pay her father's debts, she hides her past, hoping to earn a permanent position. But when she sees the bully put a plastic bag over the boy's head and kick him into a wall, she can't hold back. A student warns her, "Don't get involved. His father's a prosecutor. His mother's a lawyer. You're just a trainee." She hesitates, then sees Sugong ready to kick the boy in the face. At that moment, she moves. Pretending to talk on the phone, she walks by, then crashes into Sugong's leg mid-kick. He falls, howling in pain. Seaman acts innocent, groaning, "Oh my gosh, that hurt! What are you doing here so late?" Then she kneels, removes the plastic bag, and freezes. The student gasping for air is Jin Hyung, one of her own. Everything changes from that moment on. Seaman pretends to be strict, sending Jin Chung back to class, but the terrified boy can't move without Sugong's permission. Forced to act, she pushes him herself. Sugong's venomous glare marks the start of their silent war. That evening, Seaman sees Sugong driving Jin Hyung's grandmother from a supermarket. No one lets her sell food anymore. Seaman buys all her kimbap, an act Jin Hyung witnesses from afar. The next morning, he confides in her, trembling. Sugong beats him daily, even at the boxing gym, using him as a punching bag. Teachers and police ignore him, and despair has driven him near suicide. Seaman wants him to transfer, but knows the victim shouldn't have to flee. Jin Hyung insists. He wants justice. Powerless under the bully's influential family, Seaman hides her anger as the school celebrates its fake Excellence in Violence Prevention Award, sponsored by Sugong's mother. Disgusted, she vows to help Jin Hyung. The next day, she confronts Sugong, offering to listen if he's struggling, but he explodes, fist raised. Realizing words are useless, Seaman files an anonymous report. A white Bentley arrives soon after. Sugong's furious mother demands to know who accused her son. Teachers shrink in fear. To protect them, Seaman kneels and confesses. The mother orders her firing, but the head teacher later tells her the case was dropped. Unbeknownst to her, Sugong intervened, not to save her, but to keep her close and torment her further. That night, at a convenience store, he finds her again. Circling like a predator, he pulls her close, runs his hand through her hair, and whispers her name, daring her to resist. Sugong's gang mocks Seaman, snapping photos as he warns coldly, "You won't get a second chance." She suppresses her anger for her job and walks away, only to be slapped by another arrogant man outside a store. Memories of Sugong's abuse flash back. Justice now only shields the rich. When he insults her again, she snaps and knocks him out with a powerful kick. That night, Seaman's resolve hardens. If the world protects monsters, she'll punish them. Donning a cat mask, she tracks Sugong's gang to a basketball court and attacks mid-fight. Her speed and skill overwhelm them. She defeats Sugong brutally, leaving him bleeding and humiliated. As police sirens wail, both flee, Seaman into the night, Sugong limping in shame. One of her students witnesses everything. By morning, rumors of the masked avenger spread through school. Students whisper, teachers gossip, graffiti mocks Sugong. Furious, he storms out, driving recklessly. A follower suggests revenge. Take it out on Jinhyang. Soon, Jinhyang is stripped, bagged, and forced to run a kilometer. The cycle of cruelty revived. But this time, justice watches from the shadows.
The night air was nearly freezing, but Jinhyang, stripped, shivering, and sweating, had to sprint a kilometer to the fried chicken shop and buy food on command. The shop assistant, who recognized Seaman from the masked beating, sped to find her and pressed his jacket into her hands. "Wear this. People might ID you. You were the cat-masked fighter. Please, protect us." He begged her to stop Sugong. Sugong, meanwhile, readied a sickening plan to upload the abuse video for predators online. Even some followers, though smiling, secretly despised how far he'd fallen. When Seaman returned in the mask to confront them at the shop, the two clashed, this time a brutal draw. Jinhyang, clutching the chicken and trembling like a balloon about to burst, snatched the kitchen knife and raced back, determined to resist or die. He lunged, but Seaman intercepted the blade with her body, taking the wound herself to save him. She bled to protect the boy's life rather than the bully's. Sugong raged, ordering his followers to hunt every male student for bruises or a knife wound, convinced the masked avenger must be one of them. When a brave girl threatened to call the police, he dragged her by the hair in front of the school as a warning. "If that ugly cat doesn't show, I'll kill you." Inside the teacher's office, Seaman learned she was days away from a permanent post, a precious hope she clung to, until a schooler accident in the hall she dodged, injuring her arm, betrayed her. Sugong's suspicions snapped into certainty. He cornered Seaman in the empty library. A black bag over her head, breath stolen, and a vile ultimatum. Fight him in a staged boxing match, or he'll release the video that would ruin Jinhyang and expose the stabbing. If she refused, she'd lose her job. If she agreed, her hidden past as a champion would be blown open. Either choice promised devastation, and the game of power he ran left her trapped between identity and justice. No school would hire a teacher who attacked students. The next day, Seaman enters class. Jinhyang's seat is empty. She rushes to his home and finds him on the rooftop ready to jump, guilt-ridden for stabbing the masked cat and broken by Sugong's torment. Seaman pleads, "Don't do it. Think of your grandmother. Let's defeat him together." At the festival. The festival is Sugong's plan to publicly crush the masked fighter, but students turn it into rebellion, all wearing cat masks. Jinhyang arrives before the match and realizes the masked hero is Seaman. Inside the ring, Sugong dominates at first. Seaman's injured arm slows her. He tears off her mask, shocking everyone. The savior was their gentle teacher. Silence turns to cheers. Fueled by resolve, Seaman strikes back with precision and fury. Fighting for every victim, she overwhelms Sugong. Even his followers chant her name. The principal tries to stop it, but Sugong attacks again, until Seaman ends it with a stunning 720-degree kick, sending him flying from the ring. Kneeling, bruised and beaten, Sugong refuses to apologize. Jinhyang's silence is enough. When Sugong lunges again, Seaman knocks him out cold. Afterward, she takes Jinhyang to the police. A former gang member turns in videos exposing Sugong's crimes, forcing his powerful family to send him to reform school. Seaman quietly resigns, starting anew as a trainee teacher. knowing her battle for justice isn't over because true change begins in every heart that dares to stand again. If this film touched your heart like it did ours, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments which moment hit you the most.